So it's been about 8 hours since the new Avatar sequel dropped. I know that's like huge news
Oh my
for
gosh.
everybody.
Thumbnail.
Yeah,
Right.
thumbnail thing. But it's actually kind of interesting. It was just 7 or 8 hours ago, and it already has like 12 million hits or something on YouTube.
Jeez.
It's being massive right now. So this is like some of the trailer here, which if you haven't seen any of it yet,
your war here.
Outcast. That's all they see.
I see you.
honestly, not a big fan of Avatar.
Yeah, I could care less about Avatar.
Before your
Ooh,
birth
ship.
But I think this one looks,
and after your
it
death.
at least looks good.
It's like a video game.
This is our home!
I need you with me.
Reverse Titanic.
And I need you
Ah,
to be strong.
I was going for the Poseidon Adventure.
Strong-armed.
Okay.
How long did it take to make this?
Wakanda.
A bajillion years?
Yeah.
I guess.
So the first one came out in 2009, I believe.
9.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it has been a long time in making. One of the reasons, and I will say this, one of the reasons it's taking so long is because he was working on the part 2 and part 3 at the same time. So
No excuses.
All I'm gonna say is, look, they did that with Lord of the Rings 2 and 3, and it did not take Peter Jackson 13 years to get them made.
Yeah, but they
Sounds
had real people and real sets and things
yeah.
that people can see like in
So
real time.
this movie is completely fake.
Yeah, it
I
is
don't-
fake.
I know it's fake. I know,
that
I know
looked,
it's
that
fake.
looked like any video game I've played, like a cutscene in any
No.
video game.
yeah.
I don't know. And I have a confession to make. I have yet to see Avatar all the way through.
Ooh,
way.
I've seen it. I actually I did go to the theater to see it because they promote it with like the special 3D glasses or whatever.
Mhm.
So I went and checked it out. I didn't hate the movie. It's just
I wasn't impressed.
It's a long movie.
I wasn't impressed from what I saw. I think that people got caught up in the 3D craze,
Yes.
and that it was
yeah.
all bright and it was blown out, and I mean, there's no coincidence that these. I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but in my logical mind, there's no coincidence that they're blue. Blue is appealing to human beings, which is why TV sales, whenever a TV's on sale, they jack up the blues, so to attract customers, right? So there's no the smart thing
I like
on
jazz
purpose.
better, John.
Yeah.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
So
why.
Smurfs, the
Justin
Smurfs were ahead of their
needs to-
time.
You know, Kyle. I think you should leave the bad jokes to me.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Yes.
see you guys later.
Dangerous territory you're stepping on. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, get off my jokes.
Well, I don't know.
Uh,
I'm not too interested in it. I know a lot of people are, so I just wanted to let everybody know that the trailer is now open, or it's dropped. Is that what the kids are saying nowadays?
Yeah, they're saying
Hot,
they're
hot
now
off the
open.
press.
Is
So
there a
hopefully
runtime
someone
on
enjoys
it?
it more than us. Did we just watch? I'll watch a trailer and I'll go, "This is terrible." Is that what just happened?
Yeah, kind of.
So-
I was like,
Okay.
oh, it's Avatar.
Well, if you're not impressed with
Wow.
the first one, you're probably not going to be excited about the second one.
Yeah,
Is there a runtime on it, Justin?
I don't know yet.
Like 4 hours, probably.
Probably.
gonna
be an
epic.
Yeah. So there's another thing I wanted to talk about real quick. So this one is a little bit more interesting. Do you guys remember back in 1973 during the Oscars
No.
when?
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
back then, that one.
Sorry, I should have said John. Do you remember back in 1973?
Ouch.
I was I was there. It was a sad day.
No, back in 1973 during the Oscars, famous Oscars event, live televised thing, that Marlon Brando won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his
Yes.
portrayal in The Godfather. And remember, he sent up that Native American woman up on stage to famously not accept the award on his behalf.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got a little clip of it that I want to show you guys real quick. If for anybody who doesn't know that this was a thing that happened, this was major news back in 1973 that this happened.
yeah.
First time
Big time.
I believe that someone has ever not unaccepted. What's the word? Declined. That's the right word. An Oscar. So kind of interesting.
The winner is
Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Accepting the award for Marlon Brando and The Godfather, Miss Sacheen Littlefeather.
Has anybody seen this clip?
That's a little demeaning, calling a little fella.
Hello, my name is Sacheen Littlefeather. I'm Apache, and I'm president of the National Native American Affirmative Image Committee. I'm representing Marlon Brando this evening, and he has asked me to tell you in a very long speech, which I cannot share with you presently because of time.
He said that in between
but I
eating
will be glad
KFC.
to share with the press afterwards that he very regretfully cannot accept this very generous award. And the reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry.
Listen
Excuse
to the
me.
crowd.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, wow.
It's very, very decisive.
Yeah.
Booze that.
And on television in movie reruns, and also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee. I beg at this time that I have not intruded upon this evening, and that we will, in the future, our hearts and our understandings will meet with love and generosity. Thank you on behalf of Marlon Brando.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. So she went up there, basically declined the Oscar because he wanted her to go up there to denounce how Hollywood has been treating Native Americans in the film industry and everything. Plus, Wounded Knee, there was a bunch of protesters going on at the time in 1973 and a lot of police presence and all that stuff. Well, the reason this is making news now is for two reasons. One, Miss Littlefeather there, she recently passed away at age 75 back in
man.
October 2nd. So that made news back last month. But the reason that we're covering it today is because I think it's a little bit more interesting of a story here is now this is almost 50 years later. Her two surviving sisters has now come out and said everything that she said was false.
What?
She isn't Native American. They aren't Native American. Her father wasn't Native American. They were born in California. The father immigrated from Mexico, and the mother
Did Brando pay
is
her?
I don't know if he paid her or not or anything, but it's
to dress up and take us to war.
yeah. This is
lots of money.
this was reported basically 2 days ago from a CBS reporter named Caitlin O'Kane. You can go find this online. Basically, they're saying everything that she said was a lie, and I think this is going to be big news. Like her real name wasn't Sacheen Littlefeather, I believe is how you pronounce it.
It was just Kate Smith or something like that.
No.
Damn.
No.
Well, that sucks that story is kind of coming out, you know? Dang.
Yeah, it's kind of
Surprising
interesting.
it would take 50 years.
Yeah,
that
that's
one's
where
not
I'm.
like a deep discovery to figure that out.
Unless
Right.
everybody was sworn to silence.
Unless nobody
plebes.
cared.
Either that, yeah, true.
I mean, it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But no, I mean, I think it might. I think it could definitely, especially in the Hollywood circles, definitely stir up some feels about it.
Could.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, as we were talking, I looked this up, Justin. He's actually the third person.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. The first one was anybody know?
No, I don't. No.
The first
Lawrence
one,
of Olivia.
no. Was in the first one was in 1935. Dudley Nichols. He decided not to accept his Oscar because of the writer's strike that was going on. And
so Brando was number 3 then?
Brando was number 3.
Wow.
Before that was 1971, and it was George C. Scott.
Oh, that's right. I forgot George C. Scott did that.
Yeah, he actually, and this wasn't the first time that he did that, but it's technically he didn't win the Oscar in 1962, the Best Supporting Actor in 1962 for The Hustler. But he he actually wrote in 71. He wrote the Academy and said, "Take my name out of the running. I don't want it. It's nothing but a meat parade. I don't want to be a part of it." And they didn't take his name out, and he ended up winning. And someone else went up and accepted it for him. He never took ownership of it, and now it's in a museum somewhere.
It belongs in a museum.
Interesting. Yeah, because the Academy just built a brand new museum with a ton of stuff. I believe it's like in Los Angeles. I remember watching a little behind the scenes of kind of all the exhibits that are in there. One of the exhibits is a replica of every Oscar that they've given out, and I remember them saying now there's empty places, and they said it's because they weren't given out that year or whatever.
Yeah, this one, George C. Scott's ended up at the George C. Marshall Foundation Library at the Virginia Military Institute, which makes sense because he won it for patent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Interesting. Wow.
So I think this might be a bigger story once more people start finding out about it. I think it's kind of interesting.
It's like one of those like good message, bad messenger kind of thing.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which makes you think. I mean, I wonder if Brando knew. Like, did Brando know, or was he snowballed by the family?
Yeah, who knows? And who knows that we're at this point we're just taking the sister's words for it.
Brando's family is gonna go, yeah, Dad told us, and he was like, it's acting.
Yeah,
he's probably just gonna, it's one last zap from Brando.
Yeah, but apparently this through the article that I was reading about this, the reporter did some digging, and she found her legal documents, and on there it said the ethnicity was white, Caucasian, and Mexican.
Wow.
So it's just a real big story in 1973. It's been popular for 50 years, and so I thought it might be an interesting thing. So moving on, one other thing that I thought that was kind of interesting, probably the most interesting thing to me, this entire news segment that we have is, are you guys Neil Breen fans?
Oh God.
Not, I don't know if fan is the right word.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Not really.
I'm a Neil Breen fan.
He's a very, and I mean that with all sincerity. He has a special place in my heart.
The bottom.
No.
I'm excited that you brought this up, Justin.
Well, I'm a Breen head. But he recently posted on his Twitter page that he has now completely finished his 6th theatrical film. I am super excited about it. He is basically shopping it around to film festivals, and I can't wait to hear reviews of it. He hasn't even told anybody what the name of it is, or have a website for it or anything. So it's all very super mysterious and everything. And I think that
he's just gonna show up and if they're like, "Hey, here's my film. Hope you like it," and run away. Yeah. And they're like, "What's the name of it?" Film number 6. I don't know. I guess, but I'm super excited about it. You got a lot of passion behind it.
Yeah.
I like how his Twitter post explains how Twitter works. It's like, follow me, I'll post updates about it. It's like, that's how Twitter works, dude.